Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having the best day. Today I'm coming to you with an acting video. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, so I thought I would bring it back. And this is one that I probably get asked quite a lot from people who are just like starting to get into acting and starting to go to auditions. Obviously, a lot of things are done by self-tape now, but sometimes when you get the rare occasion where you get to actually go in person and have a meeting and have an audition or a recall, this is a bit of an unknown. So as someone who did a lot of auditions before kind of we all moved over to self-tapes, and it was kind of the norm for me, this is just the question that I get asked because of that. So the question is what to bring to an audition. So this may seem like a really unknown kind of idea, or this might seem really obvious to you, but I thought I would kind of put in some things that you may not have even thought about. So I thought I would add in some kind of physical items, but also some other things as well. So the first thing that you should definitely bring to an audition is water. Now, obviously sometimes you're in a casting studio and there might be a kitchen there, but there might not be. And I just, because I'm traveling into London normally to have a meeting, I normally find that bringing water with me anyway is a given. I just drink a lot of water, so definitely bring some sort of refreshment, especially good as well if you've got a lot of lines, for example, or you're having to use your voice a lot, just kind of keeping your vocal cords, you know, nice and fresh, and your voice and your mouth feeling nice, having some sort of water or something that you like to drink. Probably not coffee. I normally find that, or anything too dairy, just kind of makes my voice kind of get a little bit, don't know what the word is, but kind of pappy and kind of phlegmy. Sounds disgusting. But definitely something that will help clear any of that. And also as well, if it's like a really hot day, sometimes London can be scorching and you don't expect it to be. So just having something with you like that to cool you down is even better. The next thing I would bring is any information. Now I know we are so kind of in the age of being on phones and things like that, and you do have some casting offices that are asking you to fill in a casting form on your phone, but I also find that having the printout of whatever I'm having, just in case my phone dies, I don't have any internet. A lot of the casting studios do have Wi-Fi, but you know, sometimes technology doesn't work the way we want it to. So I still print out stuff that I want to bring with me, be it the script, be it maybe some information about the project that I might want to refer back to. Just having it in a physical form for me is just a go-to, because I know that I'm not going to be worrying if something happens technology wise. The third thing, which is related to this, is some sort of portable charger. I do not go anywhere without my portable charger and my phone cable, because I'm just that nervous about my phone running out of battery, especially if I'm going into London, you know, and I need to be in contact with people, you know, if I'm going on elsewhere afterwards, maybe to work, and I need to make sure that if I'm running late, for example, I need to be able to let my work know. But just having my charger with me is such a difference. It's lovely as well, because if someone needs a charger in the office or whatever, or for example if you're on the train and your phone dies or whatever, or you're practicing your scripts, or you're watching something on your phone as like a reference point, and your phone suddenly is out of battery and you forgot to charge it overnight, just having that portable charger is such a must for me. The next thing to bring with you is anything kind of, I'm going to put this as a group, like anything cosmetic-y, so anything that's going to be to do with your appearance. So sometimes I'll bring like floss with me, so if I've had like lunch beforehand on the train on the way in, or any sort of snack, just making sure nothing's in your teeth. And I always go to the bathroom before I go into the room, just to make sure I look okay. Unfortunately, looks do sometimes come into it, especially kind of in commercials, and just making sure you look, you know, your best version of yourself is great. Anything where you can have like powder if you get really oily. I get oily, especially around my T-zone. So I normally kind of bring, like, even if it's just like a bit of like the paper that you can like dab on, or you have like a puff or some powder or something. And this goes for anybody, just being not so shiny, especially again if you've been rushing around on trains and it's hot outside, or even sometimes going from cold outside to a warm inside, you can get that kind of hot flush situation. So just having something like that is great, and just making sure that, you know, my mascara is not running down my face. I've not got weird kind of hair sticking up at angles or whatever. So I'll bring sometimes in like I have like this little wand. You can use like the Got To Be one, which is like the hairspray one, or you can basically use anything where it's got like a hair gel, like in like a mascara form, and then you can, like, any flyaways you can just kind of tuck away or just tidy it up in general. I kind of try to make sure that my hair isn't too frizzy. That's something as well. So normally I'll have some sort of like cream in my bag, you know, hand cream, and it's not necessarily the great thing for hair, but something like that just really helps with flyaways. Again, if you've been on a hot train, it's the winter especially, that's when I find it, if I'm really layered up with like scarves and things like that, that just really helps with frizz. I normally kind of put my hair up when I'm traveling and then I'll take it out, just so it kind of stays in place. But sometimes, you know, if you don't have time to do that, or you just forget, you know, having something in your bag just to help with any flyaways or frizz is a real big must. Okay, so the next couple of things are going to be more kind of things that you don't necessarily would bring with you, but things that you might have in here. So the next thing is to have a positive mindset. Now, I find having this is such a big thing when you are going into an in-person meeting, because if you come with any negative energy, maybe your journey was rubbish, maybe you had a rubbish start to the morning, maybe life isn't great at the moment. If you bring that into the room, that can really affect your performance and also just the general vibe, because they're coming in and they want to meet you and see what you are like, as well as what you can do in terms of talent. So if you're coming in and you're just kind of really and you're moaning and, you know, or maybe they're running late and you're moaning about that, that's just not helping anything. And they want to see whether they can work with you, whether you're the type of person who's going to be really good and easy to work with. So coming in really negative is just not the one. I find that anyone in the creative industries are just generally really easygoing, lovely people. Obviously that's the most amount. Sometimes people aren't, and you do get that, but that's why I love film and creative people and TV people, because they're just really laid back and they want to create with you. And I find that I like to match that energy, and I'm just like that generally. I'm quite an easygoing person, but I'm also fun. So I find like that mix is always really good. So just anything that's not been good for you, leave it outside, because also as well that can really affect your performance. You won't give your fully fleshed performance in the room. The other thing as well is to not necessarily be having that outside of the room. So I find that there are some people that will sit in the waiting room and they will moan. They'll moan about their agent, they'll moan about waiting, they'll be rude to people. So this is kind of more going into like the next point of bring your nice person with you. You never know who you're going to be talking to outside in the waiting room or just generally meeting. If you're rude to anybody, that can filter back. So I find that just treating everyone with respect, be a respectful, lovely person, which I'm sure you are, but just having, again, that type of energy is huge, because you never know who's sat outside. One of the producers could be sat outside on their laptop working. They might be hearing you, you know, complaining about having to wait for so long and, oh, the script's rubbish and all this sort of thing. So be really aware of that. I mean, I just generally do that anyway. I treat everyone I meet with love and respect and kindness regardless, but some people don't. So maybe have a little think about your mindset going in. Having a good mindset going into an in-person thing is huge. The next thing, I'm going to go back to some physical things, snacks. So sometimes auditions are at really odd times, so having some sort of food with you which is not going to be too smelly, it's going to be easy and quick to eat, but also there isn't anything that people might be allergic to. So I stay clear of nuts, because you just don't know if anyone in that waiting room is allergic to nuts, and it's could be the person next to you, and you don't want to be kind of breathing any nut fueled fumes onto them. So just something where it's just easy to eat quickly. So I kind of find like veggie crisps, things like that, or anything like a snack bar which doesn't have any kind of nuts in it, something that's not going to get stuck in your teeth. Again, that's going back to the floss thing, but anything like that, which if you do get a bit hungry and you don't want your stomach rumbling in the room, that you can just quickly have a couple of snacks and then that works. And then the last thing, which is kind of more of a personal preference thing, is if you want to bring some sorts of headphones but not noise cancelling headphones. So I find having something like that, if I just kind of want to just get in the zone, just having something like the really small ones, so not really big overhead ones, just to have in is great if you just want to have a zone out. I find noise cancelling headphones great, but not when you are waiting to be called in. So I have something where I'm still aware of my surroundings, but I can just kind of zone out and get in the mood to be really, really helpful. There we go. Those are all the things that I personally bring to an audition. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you did in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.